So today, yay, I know, one more cord I had to plug in. Okay, you guys, it's all about tech. So today we are going to talk about all the different types of custom albums that we can make with Creative Memories. This is a free service that Creative Memories provides on their website. So you can see we've got this type of album. It has a front, a spine, and a back. And I've had a lot of requests on how to do this kind of album. So because this goes along with my pop series, which is creating a library of memories. So here's another one. This one's A Place Called Home. And you can see there's custom Creative Memories artwork on it, a spine, and a back. Now the other type, okay, yay, we've got everybody now. The other type of album we can do is a photo type album. This has a front cover, a spine, and a back. And this is one that I did where I scanned my wedding photos in because I didn't have them digital. We were pre-digital when we were married. And this is a wraparound spine with the photo. So what we're going to focus on today, though, most of you kind of know how to do, I'm thinking, if we have time, maybe we can do this. Most of you, though, know how to already kind of do a full wrap photo. I'm hoping. Well, we can talk about it. But I've had a lot of requests to go, well, Lauren, how do you make a custom album without photos? So that's what we're going to talk about some today. And I'm going to go over the typeface that I use. I know I've gotten questions about that. What is the size of this? What is the name of this typeface? Whoops, knocked myself there. And then also how to pull in artwork. And it would be the same if you're pulling in photos, or you can use Creative Memories artwork that's already there. So today, the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you have a question, just what would help me is if you put a Q in front of your question. And that way I can go back and just do a quick search to make sure that I've answered all your questions, because I'm going to do a screen share, which means you're not going to see my face. You're going to see my computer screen, because I want to kind of just take you through that whole process. This is how you would do it. And then it'll be here if you ever want to go back and rewatch it or go, how did Lauren do that? Or what was the name of that font? It's on YouTube. You can find it. Okay. So, but I do want to make sure that I have a way of finding questions, and hopefully we'll have a chance to answer those in there as we're going through. Okay. So my album's showing backwards. Okay. I can probably fix that too. Do you want to see it frontwards? Let me go in, and that's my camera. What I do is I flip my camera because it's easier for me to point in the direction when my camera is flipped, because what I'm looking at is actually a mirrored image. But how's that? Is that better? Okay, so there's we're just getting all kinds of things out of the way this time. So that's what it looks like with the text going the correct way, right? So this one's called A Place Called Home. I have the volume number down here, and then there's some artwork here on the back. Okay, so and then also if you see back here, a lot of people have seen these on my bookshelf. That's my library of memories. And they are all done like this. Sorry, I just bumped my computer. They're all done like this. So once you have one formatted, I'm going to show you that as well. You can just go in and change the words and maybe change the volume number and, change a few words, but you leave kind of the spacing and different things intact. And then you can just pull in different pieces of artwork here. And there is a way to add other artwork that you do not see on the Creative Memories site. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. All right. So without further ado, let's switch it over to my screen. And this is what you are going to do to start the custom photo album process. You are going to sign in. Whether you're an advisor or whether you are a customer, make sure that you have someone's little picture, if it's your own or if it's mine or whoever you're connected to, make sure that picture is up there and you're signed in to an account with an advisor. Okay, so as you can see, I've signed into my own account. And if I just should say, since I am using my account and it is an advisor account, I do have an extra tab here called Advisor Exclusives that if you're a customer, you're not going to see. So my screen, just FYI, is going to look a little different, but that's the only tab that advisors have that customers don't. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to do, as I mentioned, is sign into your account. And I'm trying to come back over to, here we go. All right, so we've got Jen is here, Carolyn is here, Irma's here. Thank you for telling me it's backwards. Hopefully that helped. Deborah, Carrie is here. Another reason to get digital kits. Exactly, Carrie. So I'm going to show you how fun that can be. All right, so once you've signed into your account, I want to show you a couple things. First of all, when you click on your name, this will be your name up here. And yeah, what's in my shopping cart? I'm going to show you because I'm telling you, you guys, if you do this before the promo is over, you see the promo flashing on my screen. You can actually double dip. You can get these Black Friday promos, but you can also get the digital promos. You can double dip. I don't know if anybody knew that, but yes, I tried it out, and that's why there's some stuff in my cart, because I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so up here, you've got my account, and when you click on my account, so I just went to my name and then my account, it comes up my orders, my custom products, my downloadable products, my wish list, and yada yada. So my custom products is the one that you're going to want to click on. If you've ever created a custom product, or if you have ever created a like a custom album or a spine, a personalized spine, you're going to find that here in your custom products. So those kind of live in your account. It just stays here. So these are some of the custom spines I've created, but then way down here you can see these get into some of the albums that I've already created. Now, why is this important? Like I mentioned before, it's important because when you want to create an album and so they all line up and the titles are in the same place on the spine, you just want to select this, and do you see right up here in this corner right here, I can select duplicate, which means I know that the spine, and if I wanted the title to be in the same place and so forth, the font size is going to be the same. I can just go in and I can delete everything and load in new stuff, but those basic, the color is going to be, the background color is going to be set for me. Like I said, the title and, the font size and all of that, and the location of the font on the spine. So I hope that makes sense. And that's why it's really good to be able to go into your cart and check your custom products and see what you've already done. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to scroll back up here, and I think what I'm going to do, instead of coming in here, first what I want to do is say you've never done this before, never done a custom album. So what do you do? So what you're going to do, so we're going to just kind of pretend the downloads, you don't have anything in there. So what you're going to do is come over to the tab that says Create Digital Photo Albums. In the drop down, there's custom digital and there's digital artwork. And you can see, yep, there's a promo going on right now. This is only good until November 30th at 12 noon Central Time. So if you're watching this on replay and you're interested, you only have like 2 days left for the promo. But if you're watching this after the promo's ended, this is just good info for whenever they're doing promos. You can take a look at this. Okay, so under Create Digital Photo Albums, you're going to go to Custom Digital. And there's a few choices. There's a Custom Photo Albums. What that is actually the photo, your cover and pages, because you can see right here, you can do custom refill pages, which means it's the same process. They have pre-designed pages and you can actually print those as well as a cover for your album. So that's a class for another day. Today, what we're going to do is focus on this one right here, custom photo album covers. So the album, that's the whole package. That's the cover and the pages, or you can do a la carte, which is photo album cover or just custom refill pages. And if you're interested in those foiled spines, here's the tab for that. This other column over here, digital artwork, is just where you go if you've ever purchased digital artwork. That's where you find it. You can go there and you can get to see all the different kits that are loaded in the CM Digital Artwork archives. And there are definitely kits that are not available in paper format any longer. So Carrie and I have been working on showing you different ways to use that. So today I'm going to show you even one more way. And I have another video up my sleeve that I'm going to show you again how you can use those digital kits. So let's go back. We're going to select custom photo album cover. I'm just going to click on that. Okay, so when I click on that, it's going to remind me right now, again, this is only through November 30th of 2021, that there's a promo. So typically that banner will just not be there. And you see right here, there's one product. So we're going to click on that. It says custom album cover, and it gives a few really cool examples here. So let's click on view details. And the first thing that's going to come up is the price of it. It gives you that example again. And then you can't go anywhere in this process until you click this checkbox right here that says image acknowledgement. And that's just Creative Memory's way of saying, you can't, if the artwork or if the photos are not your own or you haven't purchased the license, that you can't use them. So, and there's also a video if you ever wanted to go back and, you can click on this blue link here and there's a video on how to do it as well. So we're going to say, yep, I own or have permission to use the materials and photos. And then we're going to click customize. The next screen that pops up is they want a name. So we are going to do, this is our live test. Whoops, where'd it go? Uh-oh. I'm not sure where that went. Let me try again. I think live test. Okay, there we go. You can name it whatever. So if you're working on, like a place called home, or actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, this is going to end up being December, December's We Love. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue, and now we come into kind of the gallery of all the different albums that are pre-done and already, beautiful and created for us. So as you scroll through this, and you can't get here any other way, you've got to kind of go into this process of creating a digital album. And then you can see the gallery. So you can see, like when I did my wedding album, this is the photo cover that I used for that. So that's a wrap cover. Or it could have been, actually, that's one photo. I think I used the 3 photos so that it wrapped all the way around. And then there's different ones. There's collage. So most of these, when you scroll through, I think actually all of them include a photograph, right? So you can see all the different kits. So this is vitamin C. Let's see, that's here's the Magic Awaits collection, a Disney album with the Magic Awaits collection. Let's see, this is, Beneath the Pines. So you can kind of start, oh yes, I've seen that artwork. This one's Spring Cottage. So the designers have done some of that fancy stuff for you and created kind of these layers and different formats for these custom albums. So you can see there's quite a few, and you can just keep going. Now, even though these are already formatted for you, that doesn't mean you can't go in and remove things or add a different title or so forth. So you can do that. And here's one I just wanted to point out. I love the Little Dreamer examples. And I know that was a really popular album that's no longer available. So if you love that Little Dreamer album for baby albums, you could always make a custom one and pull in the artwork just like that, or use these two as a base and then work on your baby album. So those are some fun ones right there. So you can see lots and lots of different styles. A lot of people asked about my Pets We Love. So you can see the love with the little paw print is still available. Okay, so let's go back and now just talk about a non-photo type album. So when I started kind of my series, what I ended up doing is I looked at the simplest one that I didn't have to delete a whole lot of stuff from, and it was this one, the photo collage. So I just start with this one as my base, and I'm going to hit select on here. Now this is where it's going to say, well, where do you want to get your photos from? And right now I don't want any photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and click customize my book, because at this point I'm not going to upload any photos, but it doesn't mean I'm not ever going to be able to upload photos. Even in the process, even while you're customizing your album, you can upload photos. So don't worry about that. Or digital artwork, actually. So I'm just going to click customize my book, and it says the pages in my book weren't automatically filled. Yep, because I didn't select any photos and it wants me to select photos. So I'm just going to hit continue. And basically then what that does is it gives me this format so you can see the album, and there's empty photo boxes, right? And it's kind of saying, well, why do you have empty photo boxes? You said you wanted these, but here's the thing. I don't want photos. So if you notice, this works just like a really typical graphics program. If you've had any kind of, it's pretty intuitive. So all you do is you click on the thing. So I'm going to click on the photo box, and this little navigation bar comes up. And this is important. It's going to come up whenever you click on something. So it has transform. This little hand is the move. It has rotate. It has bring to front or send to back. And I think this one is expand. And my favorite, delete. So what I'm going to do is delete. So you can already see it's just that easy. I'm going to just get rid of the photos. Now, if you wanted to leave one photo for your album, you can do that. And just like I said, when you, if you want to move it, you just click transform and you go grab that photo and you can move that anywhere you want it. Okay. So one thing too, when you're moving photos, you can, I hope you saw it. Did you see that green line right there? I'm going to hover right there. That green line is telling you you are centered. So it gives you some little tools that way of, graphic tools of saying, oh, if you want this to be in the center, just kind of pay attention to those. There's the other one. As I moved it down, now you're saying, okay, that's the actual center of my album. So if I wanted it, the bottom of that to be centered, or if I wanted it to be smack in the center, you can see how I moved that down. And I've got both those green lines coming up. Okay, so just a quick little tutorial on the photo part. And it works the same for artwork as well. We'll show you that. So I'm just going to continue deleting. those boxes. So the next thing I want to do is create a base, my background layer. Okay. And I'm going to leave this title work, all these titles for now. I'm going to leave those and we'll come back and change those. So first what I want to do is get my background set. And I'm going to click on the back cover so you can see there's a blue box around it. And now I'm going to click on over here on the left-hand side. This is another toolbar. And I'm going to click on background. And then it gives me all these wonderful choices. So if I wanted paper, I could click on Joy to the World. And it really is as simple as drag drop, right? So if I wanted that, I could just drag and drop it right on there. Oh, I think let me see what happened there. It looks like I might have a layer in front of that for some reason. Let me undo. Here's the undo button right here. Okay. So I'm not sure why it did that. Let's try this. See if it went in front. Okay. It's a little big. I think that's what's happening. So I want to click on that. For some reason, where is my, whoops. Nope, I go back. Where is my, haven't done this part in a while. Where is my tool? I don't know why my tool's not coming up. So I'm not quite sure why that is not showing all the way on there. Let me see if we picked these might be for the pages. That might be part of it. So I usually, like I said, I usually just do color. So we'll have to come back and figure that out. But this is where I would go instead of a paper. What I'd want to do is click on background colors. And then this first one is project colors. And under project colors, you get your standard white, black, and brown. And this is the black that I use for my own albums. So what I want to do is just click on that and it's selected. It creates the whole background. I might have been having trouble for the paper because of the type of project I selected. I think it's already kind of set to have a color as the background. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the spine and with the cover. So again, the spine, I want to set that to black, and the cover, I want to set to black. So now I've got my basic layout. So what I'm doing is just kind of showing you how I did my black albums with the artwork on top. And of course, you can set this to any color you want or any kind of paper design, anything. I mean, it's fully customizable. Okay, so the next part then is we're going to have fun by adding some elements. And if you click down here on the left bar again, you're going to click on elements. And this is where you get to see all the different choices you have for these fun elements you can add to the front of your cover. So if you, like, say, if you're a camper, you could click on Happy Camper, and you get all that beautiful digital artwork that you can just pull in on top of your album. So here's again the example. You just take it, drag, and drop it. Just like that. Now, most of these, if they have some kind of a background, it's going to work on this black background. And if it is a clear or something like that, you could do some layering. It's just like digital scrapbooking where you can layer elements on top of each other. Okay, so let's see, if we wanted to pull in some leaves, just like that, we could take those leaves, pull them in here, and you could already see how beautiful a custom album just like this could be. And remember, you click, and then we're moving. And then if you remember, I had some text down here. And now what I want to do is add text. So as you can see, I've got that text box clicked, and maybe we're going, camping trips. Whoops, forgot my P. Camping trips. Again, you could do whatever you want to do there. Okay, so let me go here and enter. And then when you click text, what happens over here? Okay, now I've got a whole new menu option. And if you look right here, the text I have selected right now is called Great Vibes. That was the default text. But the text that I use on my albums is called Rochester. So I'm just going to click the little arrow. If you just see that again, there's a little down arrow next to the text, and you scroll through. So you'll notice that some of these fonts are easier to see on an album cover than others are. And that's kind of what I decided to do when I selected the font for my albums. And Rochester to me was a really nice, big, bold font. You can see under this also, it gives you choices if you want to make it bold, italic, or underlined, left justification, center justification, or right justification. So I'm going to leave it centered, but I don't want it to be brown. I want it to be white. And now I've noticed, that font is just not the right size. So the size that I use for my albums for Rochester is actually 96 point. So I'm going to click on the point size, bring it up to 96. And that's when I showed you my albums, this is the size. Okay, so it may look really big here, but it prints out beautifully on the albums. Okay, so what I want to do is that, so you can go back, and if you said, yeah, you know what, I decide I'm not going to do camping trips. I don't want to do that. So delete, click, delete, and all of a sudden, we can go back to elements and we can pick a whole new kit. So you go back, and here's Snowbound. Here's our beautiful Snowbound collection. So maybe we want to bring this in, and you can see, so this one doesn't have a background, just like the leaves, and you can resize it. So you could take this and layer. Do you see how I just moved that? Layered, the element is behind that. And again, if you want to switch the where things are, you can, let's see, it's on transform. Hold on. I don't know why that's not, okay. Maybe this one. It's not letting me do a transform on that. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Well, I think there's ways that you can find that. Let me see. I think let's pull in another one and see how that, here we go. So now we can say, here's one, and do I want this back or do I want it front? So now I can say, oh, now I want the trees in the front. It looks like you have to have layers here. Maybe I want the trees in the front. Do you see how that moved the trees right here? Or no, I like it in the back. And you can do that. And again, if you want to size things, you just grab those corners. The arrows in the middle help you move that. But you can just kind of see that's as easy as it is. It's so easy to do this. So if you wanted to, oops, I didn't quite get it over far enough. If you wanted to bring in some, maybe I don't want that to say winter essentials there. Maybe I just want to cover that up. So you can do that. You can just cover things up with other elements. So play around with it, and you can just kind of see how addicting it can be and how many things you can layer. So here we have the example. This is in front of my title. So I'm going to click the back button, and then now I think that's in front. Let me see. it's hard to tell on top. Yeah, now that's in front. This is not a good combo because that snowflake has white in it. Okay, so let me do this. Here's another thing. Remember, if you do something you didn't like, there's the undo button, and you can just keep undoing until you get all the way back to the beginning. So that's what I'm going to do. And kind of go back to here. We've got our blank slate again. And okay, so Barbara has a question. Oh, Nancy's here. Okay. How can I just get my album title on the removable spine, as in All About Me? So that's a different product, and that's in the beginning of this live stream. I showed you the button to click. So this is on the custom album button, but that would be on the custom foiled spines, and that's just the spine. And it'll show you all the different colors of spines that you can select, and then the different types of foil. Okay, so yes, Debbie says they do a fantastic job on these custom covers. She's done several and love them. I love them too. They're so easy. And Barbara, when you go to checkout, as long as you're signed in with you as your own advisor, you get your commission paid to you the following week. So as long as you're signed up for direct deposit and all that, it just automatically does that. You get your discount the next week. Okay, so it doesn't show up as you check out. We always pay retail, and then we get our commissions paid to us the next week. All right, so yay. Okay. So Sandra, I know Sandra's made these too. I remember seeing some with her kids' pictures on it. They're so, so pretty. Okay, so hopefully that answered those questions. All right, let's go back and say, well, you know what? I want to put on, I just got the promo kit from Creative Memories that was Candy Cane Lane. And I want to put some of that artwork on this album cover. So if you can see, what I did is I went and I uploaded. So this, you can see, is not one of the elements that we can pick. This is something that I uploaded. And again, same kind of thing, drag and drop. Even though it's under my photos tab, it is digital artwork. Okay, so let's say this is, and again, this is Candy Cane Lane. Let's say I want to add some more. So what I'm going to do is, see, I'm in the program right here, and now I want to upload photos. So you can see I have my digital kit. I downloaded that digital kit. I clicked on elements. I can also click on all the papers, but here I've got the elements, and I can see what those elements are. So if I want to add a bow, these are all the elements that are in that digital kit. I love this candy cane cluster. So what I'm going to do is click open. And now we're going to see, oh, well, there, it put it, it put it here where I had my house. But it should also, I don't know why it is, oh, I think I have to pull it down here to get the whole thing in there. So now I can add this to the front of my album. And let's say instead of camping trips, like I said, I want to put, this is December's We Love. Maybe I don't have, I want to put my December daily in this album. That's what I'm thinking, right? Instead of a foiled album, I want to do a fully custom album here. Okay, so actually, I think what I'm going to do is just take this off, and we're going to add another text box. Okay, and that's here. Whoops, I'm going to click off of that. I'm going to add another text box here. where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Add empty text box right here. And then I'm going to put we love. So now I can have 2 lines. I'm going to kind of try to, I've got little screens in my way. Okay, so December's we love. So now let me move this up and this one up here. This is where you could probably spend quite a bit of time playing around with all the different artwork. And if you want to rotate this a little bit, here's your little rotate tool. And then maybe I'm going to kind of just size that down a bit. Now, if I want to come back and look at the photos, then here's that house again. And oh, I think the reason it went in here is because I had that selected. So let's just try again, upload photos. And I'm going to see some of these other pieces of artwork. I think there was something else. Oh, isn't that snow globe so cute? Let's upload little Santa snow globe. Yep, now you can see it came over here into my photos. And if I want to add more, I just do the same thing over and over. Here's a little star, and maybe I'm going to add that one, and I can just keep uploading those elements. So again, this is not photos. These are the PNG files that I have downloaded from Creative Memories, the digital artwork. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to check in on some questions. Let me see. It's fun. Yep. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Carrie got you, Nancy. Okay. All right. So Jane's here. Welcome. All right, you guys. So now maybe what I want to do, maybe I want to add a few other little elements. And, I think this is a personal choice. Maybe what I want, I think what I always like to also add elements to the back cover, because we do get all 3 sides. We get the back, the spine, and the front to decorate, right? So sometimes, I don't know why that's resizing awkwardly there. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I have to pull this out. Let me move you up here. You go up here for now, or maybe you're going to go back over there. So all I'm doing is just using my mouse and pulling them from one place to another. And I'm trying to get this, so there we go. So it's not cut off. Okay. So, let's see. Rotate, pan, zoom. I think, oh no, not that. Transform. Here we go. Let's see if this will work now. Okay. For some reason, it still wants to cut some things off. Let me see. I'm trying not to cut the globe off, but I want to try to make him really small down here. There we go. Cute, because small things are really cute. So maybe what I want to do is put him down here and then add some more text. Add an empty text box right here. And if you've noticed on the back of my albums, I'll do, the Hines family. Usually something simple like that. So I'm just going to add that. Once again, go in, change that maybe to a different font. I think maybe a little smaller. We'll have to see. And then again, change the color to white so it pops on the black. No, that's way too small. Okay, let's go back up here. And maybe I do want this done in a different font. I love Sacramento too. That's another font I use quite often. Okay, so we've got that, and now we can't see. Whoop. So I'm going to bring this down here and then select my little snow globe. And, this is really simple, you guys. Okay, so now I have the back done. And if I wanted to go back and layer, like maybe I want some stars on here now, right? So let me go back here. And I want some stars, and I want them really small because they're so cute when they're small. And then I can layer those cute little stars with the snow globe, or whoops, maybe down here with the Heinz family. Okay, so again, you can still do layers and layers and, you know, different things. If you want to add more, oops, let's grab another one. I think it's just not liking, you've got to pull those corners in and get those kind of, there we go. Okay, so, you know, cluster, again, same kind of idea, is cluster your embellishments so that they look kind of cute layered in here. Okay, now I can do a much better job, but I'm just kind of going quickly as we're, so I don't lose you. Okay, so say now I have my back done, I've got my front done. Maybe I want this big tree here, and maybe I want that, or the candy cane, or whatever you want to add on here. And layer again by choosing it, sending it front, sending it back, rotating it, however you want to move those pieces of art. So the last piece now is the spine. So what do we do on the spine? So for my library memories, you know, you can go in and whatever albums you want. Is it A Place Called Home? Is it People We Love, Pets We Love, so on and so forth. So this one, if I'm, say I wanted to start this tradition and do December's We Love, I'm going to, yeah, it says it's going to, it'll give you those kind of warnings like, oops, that's too big to put down for the size font that you selected. And I'm just going to hit OK on that, because what I'm going to do is go back to text and edit this. And the font that I use on my spines is Roboto Slab. And that's my favorite. And I use it in a 42. Oh, I guess I have to type that in. What? It's not. I guess I'm going to have to, we'll try 48. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. There we go. 48, close to that. I think maybe what I ended up doing is sizing it down a little bit. Okay, so December's We Love. And then at the bottom here, this is where I would put volume. So volume 1, and maybe I'm going to take this down all the way down to 16 point, and again change that to white. Okay, so what that'll do is pop the 1 to the second line, but I think let me see if I can get in here, and I can see that there's some questions, so I'll come right back to that. And I think, oh, let's see. Here we go. There we go. See, if you pull these little edges out, I think now, yeah, there you go. Now volume 1 is going to be kind of centered right there. Okay, so you can, and this is again why I like, once you have all these placeholders set up, like here's the font that I like on my spine, and here's the font I like on the back, and here's the font I like on the front, you can see how easy this would be to go back in and just change a few things. So instead of December's We Love, you could change that to the Pets We Love, right? So we could easily do that and then switch out the artwork. Okay, so does that make sense? I hope. Okay, and okay, so Cheryl, yay! You like the custom scrapbook covers. Okay, wish list. Oh yes, wish list. So You do not, Carla, great question. Carla's asking, do you need to own the digital artwork to access those images? No. Okay, these I did download, but I wanted to show the process of bringing in artwork that may not currently be available in the Elements panel. So after a while, let me go back. After a while, some of these art kits they have to get rid of because they just couldn't keep all of the digital art kits in here. So some of the prior collections they've discontinued, but if you have those, if you've purchased those, you can pull them in just like I showed you with this promo digital kit. This is the Candy Cane Lane digital kit. So this is not, you're not going to find this because it's a promo item, but all of the other standard kits you're going to find in the Elements panel. The other thing they also do, and some of these are, you know, for making your custom pages too. So they've got borders and laser words and boxes and so forth. And you can use those to create custom album pages that have the jeeping on it. So you can see here in the holidays, this is also where you could find, like, maybe they don't have the whole Easter collection, but maybe they'll have pieces of that. Or they'll have, I think, let's see. Oh, here's some of the Halloween collection, right? This was, which one was this? Boo to You, I think, maybe. But you can see some of these are older art pieces, and they'll pop some of those in the holidays. This is the holidays tab up here. Okay, so you can see some of those. And I think they might, yeah, they have season holiday issues in here. Let me see. I don't know if they have any other ones. Nope, that looks like it. Some cute little presents. So, all right. The other thing is pets. I know I do get asked that a lot too. So they have these pets words in here as well, and some of those cute pet kits. So you could do a custom, sorry about that, a custom album with all your fun little pet icons as well that that you could load in here and just pull and drop. Okay, so that's kind of the whole process. And you can see, you know, you can bring all these different pieces and layers and change them up so quickly, and you know, switch up the album. So one of the things, let me just go back. So if I wanted, they've got Croptoberfest. Those are beautiful pieces. So, and they've got the new Sparks of Magic's Summertime Homestead. Homestead's a beautiful one. So, you know, if you wanted to pull those in and use those as your base, you could easily do that as well. So let's just say, I forgot to mention, they did this for us too. Let me just show you. Let me delete these. Yeah, we're going to delete you out of there. It thinks it's a photo. They've also, like on some of these collections, they've clustered for us, right? So this is a beautiful cluster they've already done for us. So if we, let me just do a place called, and then I'm going to change this to home. You can see, wow, already that's a beautiful cluster. So they've done that in the Elements panel for the Homestead collection. So you can see, look at this gorgeous, whoops, undo. Let's say here, I want to empty this, and now I want to pull this. Okay, so really, it could be that fast. Once you have your, grab the wrong one here, this star. Just like that. Delete. So now I have these beautiful little custom clusters that they've already done for me. And we just go in here and change this to a place called, whoop, let me change this to a capital P, home, right? Just that easy. I think this needs me to bring this down a little bit. Okay, let's go back in. It's, I don't know why I had down that, when I went back and looked at my font size, it was 42 and it's not letting me select that. So I think there might be some way of transforming this, making it a little bigger, but I'll have to look into that. So here we go, a place called home, or maybe I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and because that looks too small to me. Let me go back here. Bring that up to 48. There we go. And then, center that. The better mouse control you have, the better. Okay, let me see if I can move this. Oops, not here. Okay. I'm getting really picky about where this is. It's not centered. Whoops. Okay. I would have to play with that and get it in the location I want to. Oh, let me see. You know what it is? I think I know what it is. Let me go back in here. Let me go. No, those are up and down here. It's just not wanting to play nice with me right now. Okay. It just wants to go either on one side or the other. So I'd have to figure out what was going on with that. Okay. Let me check in and see if there are some questions. Let's see. It's not an exact color match. Yeah. For the custom, I think we're talking, let me scroll back up, for the custom foiled spines. Sometimes they do run out of the colors that if it's an older album, it wouldn't be an exact match. Yep. So, okay. And all my, yeah. So Nancy, I know the custom, the early albums like Mulberry and some of those early customers, colors are not available. So, okay. Okay. Have some early albums try. You can see the variation. Yeah. Yeah. I know Carrie and I have actually been talking about how, if we could try a way to show you guys how to do the foiling, which is a whole new thing, right? That would just, I've seen some really cool stuff done with that. But we'll have to get into that for another lesson. There's so many things to teach, right? Okay, let me just say this title is really bugging me, but I'd have to play with that a little bit to figure out why it's not letting me move it. It's got me puzzled right now. So, but let's just say this is let me see. I thought there would have been, what is this? Is this, no, that's an additional, no. Okay. Say I'm done with this and I figured out how to get this title centered and not giving me troubles here. Oh, you know what? It was because, thank you. Persistence pays off. It was because I had spaced down underneath it, right? So I had to go backspace and now I can get that fully centered. Okay. Phew. Figured that one out. So let's say we love it. and we want to add it and we want to buy this album. And what you're going to do, oh, and before we do that, let's take a good look at it. Let's take a look. We can hit that eyeball that says preview, and we're going to take a good look. Did I have any spelling mistakes? Do I have things kind of where they should be? Let's just say, yep, that looks great. And then once we've done all the last reviews, we're going to click the add to cart. The next screen that comes up is the agree and add to cart. So basically they're going to make you say, yep, you've identified all the different components of this, and it looks exactly like what you want to purchase. Okay. So once you've said, once again, agree, add to cart, then, oh gosh, I got signed out. Hold on. That was weird. I don't know how I got signed out. Let's go back in. I didn't think it signed you out when you were still working in that. Okay, let me go back. Okay, here it is. So even though it's called December's We Love, and I spelled that wrong, it is here, a place called home. So here's the thing. We want now, let's go in. I don't know why it kicked me out. I'm going to go back in and add it to the cart. Okay, so we've done our preview. We're going to click add to cart, and I'm going to say, yes, I agree. I want to add this to my cart. Now, here we go. It's going to take me to yet another screen. So you're going to find that it's going to ask you over and over. There's a lot of repetition in this process. So you're going to click add to cart. In the making screen, it's going to ask you, do you want it? It's going to pull up. It says do a final review. And then it's going to ask you one more time, add to cart. So now add to cart, and now it's finally in my cart. Okay. And Debbie, I think it automatically saves. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, you could see when I came back out, it was in my downloads or in my custom products. Okay. Here's what I wanted to show you is that I had 3 things in my cart, and it's like 3 snowbound bundles, because what I wanted to do was put in enough that when I added this, it was going to give me the promo bundle. So if you remember, the promo bundles start at $160, and when you purchase $160, you get your choice of either Candy Cane Lane or Blue and Gold. And this is where I wanted to show you, but you can double dip. So that will come up. And even though this is, quote, a digital product, it counts towards the bundles. So I can choose if I want Candy Cane Lane or Blue and Gold. Let's just say I'm going to add Candy Cane Lane. And then it's also going to say, well, guess what? You did custom products. You also get to pick one of the digital art kits for free. So now maybe what I want to do is get the Winter Days art kit and add that free stuff to my cart. And that's just a free digital download. And it has all the artwork from the from the Winter Days collection. Okay, so you can see that here. It comes up as 0, 0. Now, I do want to mention that even though you have, this is a custom album cover, and you can, so I just put in 3 of those just to kind of get me to the 160 point. You will pay the shipping. Okay. So even though it's a custom album, it's still the same. So this would be, after 150, the shipping is $14.95. So you will have that added even though, part of this order is digital, like you get the digital kit. Okay, so you'll get the bundle, you'll get your album, and when you order custom products, you also everything ships together. So if you've ordered like my Snowbound, it will wait until my custom album cover is finished, and then everything ships together. So they don't do 2 shippings on custom products. If any other products need to wait until your custom product is done. Okay, so woohoo! Jane, at the moment, they do not have an 8x8 album selection. Great question, though. I'm sure that would be a beautiful addition to the line, but at the moment, they can only do this for 12x12. I also just want to say here, what if I got to this whole process and I'm like, oh no, I forgot. I wanted to add our family name on the front cover, and now I've already added it to my cart. I've already clicked 3 times that I want to add this to my cart. What am I going to do? Well, guess what, guys? You haven't paid it for it, right? I haven't proceeded to the checkout and I haven't put my credit card in. So there's one simple way. You hit the trash can and that goes away. And so do your free gifts until you go back. And then where did that album go? Is it gone? Is it off in the universe? No, guys, guess what? It stays in your account. So if you wanted to go back and add something to your custom products, again, we go back to my account. I click on my name up here at the top, my account, and my custom products. And it's going to be right there where even though I trash canned it right out of my cart, it's still there. It still loves me, and it's still there, and it's saying, well, maybe someday you're going to want to order me, right? So then you just click edit, and then you can come back into your editing feature once again. So it's just that simple. It keeps it there, and it's not a done deal until you pay for it with your credit card. So just know that. Okay. So, if I decide, okay, and that's another thing too. And here, Deb, here's the save button. So if you do want to make sure, you've done things and you've gotten it perfect, yeah, I would definitely hit that save button. Let's say I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe I want to try something else, or maybe I want to go do another custom product. You can go back to the home page. And again, so this is for anybody who came late. This is how you get into the digital custom section where you're into that program that creates the custom products. And this down here is where you get the foiled spines. And right here is the custom album cover. Okay, like I said, we'll do pages another day. So we're going to click on custom album cover one more time. Now let's say we wanted to, I own, whoops, I'm going to click the button, I own, we're going to customize, and let's just say this is a wedding. I'm going to have to go back in, and you can delete in the section that says my custom products, you can go in and delete projects. So I have all these sample ones. But let's say, yep, I am going to want to delete it. So if I wanted to do one like I showed you for my album, I'm going to do the 3 covers. I'm going to click my past uploads. You can see I already still have those in my uploads because this is what I use to create my album cover. And then I'm going to customize my book. So again, don't worry about those error messages because you can just customize everything you want. Okay, so let's see, past uploads right here. So for a fully custom album, again, you're going to just drag. Whoops. Let's say I want this on the back. There it is. I want this on the front. There it is. And then I want this to also be on the spine, but I'm going to move it because I want it to just kind of look like it's a continuation of the front. Okay, so honestly, that was as quick as it is for the wedding album. If you want to add some text, pop the text key over here, and then, wait, where did that go? Add, select a text box. Oh, element, wait, where is it? Oh, I think I have to pop a text box over here. Add empty text box. Say I wanted it to the front and I want to add on here, Lauren and John. Or you could use an ampersand if you like that better. And we're going to take this and we're going to make it something really pretty. Maybe we're going to do great vibes on that. And we're going to make that really big. And right there on the front. So, you know, I'd have to, again, I think I'd play with that and see where I'd want to put that artwork so that it actually shows up, right? Like maybe on the white dress there somewhere. And just simply though, that's how you could do a full color wraparound album for a 12 by 12. So again, I scanned these photos and I think it came out just fine. They're not completely as sharp as what a beautiful digital image would look like today, but I think it's nice. It's nice enough. But if you have digital artwork, you can do that. If you have like travel photos, this makes a beautiful travel album as well. And then you can just kind of see the preview if you wanted to do that. Again, like I said, I wouldn't keep that font the way it is. I'd fix that, but you get the idea, I hope. Okay. So let me see then. Yeah. Okay. I didn't see any other questions. Am I good, Carrie, for questions? And again, if I wanted to add it to the cart, I could add that to the cart. Oh, I want to show you one other thing too. So let me go back to my custom products. Okay. And this just kind of to wrap things up. And I think I got through everything I wanted to show. Yep. So as I mentioned, if I have things like this one where I've already had everything placed, and I know I mentioned this again, but I want to show you from this screen. I went into my custom products, right? So I'm signed in as myself, my account here, my custom products. So say you wanted to make, again, something where I know that the spine is exactly where all my other spines are. I'm going to go into one of these. Let me just go back and into one that you've actually seen printed here. Here we go. A place called home. Let me see. You can see I've made a lot of different albums. Okay, so fun. And here we go. So you just saw this one, a place called Home Sweet Home. I'm going to hit the edit button. Okay. And once I hit the edit button, I can go in here and now I know that this is exactly, if I want to print it again, this is exactly where my last one was. I can just change this from volume 1 to volume 2. And then maybe what I want to do is, instead of this artwork like we showed before, I want to go into elements one more time. I love the homestead. Let's go back to homestead. And maybe I want this here. And I want that in the back. I think I still have some springtime or spring medley elements in here I need to get rid of. there we go. Delete, delete. And then now I just want this beautiful big wreath. And I have our words. I'm not going to mess with doing that, but let's just say, right here. I want this wreath in the back, and then switch this out, right? So you can see once again, and then maybe this is where I want to do the gather. Just that easy to switch it out into something different. Just delete all the other ones. Whoops. Let me delete these first, and then we'll have a clean palette. You can see I brought in all these spring medley elements, and by me deleting all those, you can see how many different layers I had. So some of the different elements are all together. Like I said, a few of these, let's see. This one's cute. Maybe we'll try this one, see what that one looks like. You can pop that in, and now we've changed the whole album. And I'd have to put in here a place called home. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that flow, that process of once you've created a digital album, you can easily go right back in, and maybe you're going to leave this the same, and now you're just going to have a volume 2 or something like that. Okay, so hopefully that was an easy enough tutorial to kind of go through this whole process and see how to create those custom albums. And it's pretty easy. I hope you agree. Let me come back at you here. So what do you guys think? Okay. Ta-da! There we go. All right, you guys. So let me, I know we kind of got some other questions about other ways of customizing albums, and okay, I think I got all the questions. I think I got them all. So if you have other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section of this video. Hopefully I can get back and check those out. But one of the best things I would say to do in this kind of custom process, so you can see again, here is what that album looks like that I was just playing with. And I had all these different elements on here. And now they are all, layered and printed. I should also say, this is book cloth. So the way they print on the albums, you can see it's not like plastic or shiny or anything like that. This is actual book cloth. So it feels just like the albums that you would order that are book cloth albums. So that's the beautiful part of these custom books. And that's I guess about it. So hope you guys enjoyed that little tutorial. And again, if you have questions about a certain part, just go back, rewind, replay. And it's very easy. Just like Deb says, it's very easy and beautiful when it's done. So easy. So you can see here again is the custom cover with the photos and the spine and the wrap. And you saw how easy that was to create. And then here's the different types of albums that without photos, just with artwork. Okay, so there you guys have it. Thank you guys for joining me. And remember, until next time, for you to take time to craft your joy. And we'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.